Hello, and welcome to the first of many videos on Game Maker. These videos will focus on what Game Maker is, how you use Game Maker, and how you use sort of assets, objects, many different things within inside Game Maker in order to make a game. Now, the idea I had behind this was instead of going through how to make a specific game, such as like making a platformer or making a Zelda style top down dungeon crawler or a space shoot or anything like that, I'm going to show you how to manipulate objects and sprites and animations and all them sort of things. So then you can hopefully splice those together and make whatever game you want. So it's going to be more of like a series on, you know, components of a game, and then hopefully that should be able to be utilized into making a full game, essentially. So that's the thinking behind these videos. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to launch Game Maker and what's in Game Maker. Just a quick overview, and then I'm going to go into specifics on other videos. So what I have already launched Game Maker. When it pops up, it will say to you, what do you want to do? Do you want to launch a game that you've already previously got, or do you want to open a new one? Do you want to import one? And obviously, I'm going to make a new one on here because I've obviously, as you can see, there's some recent projects that I have been working on every now and again. What you guys will also need to do when it first launches is it will ask you to log in. Either just make a new account, which is entirely up to you. You can use your college account, school account, personal account, whatever. It doesn't matter. But make that, and then you can hopefully get onto this screen once you've registered and logged in. Now, what we're going to do is click New. Then I'm going to click New Blank. So there are some templates that you can use, but obviously we're not going to use those. And because I'm that hilarious, I'm going to call it video game for the project. It's entirely up to you what you want to call it. I'm just going to call it this because it's a game for a video. But anyway, here is the menu screen essentially. So everything, the asset browser, like the workspace, everything. Now, it looks like there's not a lot here, which there won't be currently because we've not done anything yet. But essentially, this is your workspace. So anything we do is going to pop up in here at some point. Now, just to show you what this will look like once it's got some content in it, here is one I made earlier. So this is a game that I've been sort of on and off working on. It's a little platformer. And as you can see, these folders have all got something in it. So there's like folders for tile sets, which you can see there. So if I double click on it, I'll open it up, and there's my tile set that I'm working on. Here are all my sprites that I'm using, so like my little player and stuff like that, that's sort of being used as my character. All my sounds, so sound files, sound effects, that sort of thing. Sequences, so that's like little animations and whatnot that's in it, so cutscenes essentially. Rooms, so rooms are your actual levels that you're going to be creating, and also your end rooms and stuff, and your menu systems. Like rooms are basically for that. So if I double click, say, on this called room menu, this is my menu screen. As you can see, there's some things already on here. It doesn't look 100% like it's a menu screen, but it is. The way I've implemented it, which I'm going to be showing in some of the other videos, is doing it dynamically, so you can make stuff really, really quickly. And then obviously we've got things like the actual levels themselves, where I've got enemy path in there, my character. The other character that's on there is the enemy sprite for now, just because I didn't want to make another enemy sprite. But essentially, this is your room. So these are your levels and your menu screens and stuff like that. And there's also things like paths. So that's like the path that the enemy follows. So that's this red line on here. And also your objects. Your objects are things that you can interact with within the world. So your player, your key that's on there, the door, collision, music, anything basically. So anything that in the game world that you can interact with and interacts back with you will be an object. I'll put it in here. Now, we're not going to be looking at everything. If you notice, some of these folders are blank. That's because you might not ever need to use them. Sometimes you might. It's entirely up to you guys. Like I say, I'm going to be showing the basics of how to put some stuff together and some other things as well. But ultimately, you'll have to research some of this as well, because you know, Game Maker's quite huge. It is an engine. Nobody knows the entirety of the engine, so yeah. So this is essentially a basic overview of just what Game Maker is, where things are stored. So everything's stored on here. If we want to make something brand new, we can literally just right click and click create, and we can create a new whatever. So sequence, room, objects, anything like that. And it's best to put it in this folder structure just so you know where everything is. So this is what we're going to use essentially, and hopefully the videos will help go over what we're doing, or what you guys need to do in order to make some of this. So I might go over how I made some of this stuff as well. It might not be in every video, we'll see. Just to give you a quick overview of what you can do in this. And hopefully this is not too loud. So I've launched it. Here it is. So at the moment, the game is playing through not an exe. It's using its own proprietary software that's on it. So it's not an actual exe that's currently running. But this is what's going to be used basically for your game. Now, what we could do is export it to an exe later, but for now we'll probably just use the in-engine one because it makes more sense. But as you can see, I've got like clickable buttons and things like that. I've also got things like play, quit, etc. So if I press quit, it actually quits off the game. So there's little things like that basically, like we can sort of go over, and also show you some other things as well. So I just relaunched it. So if click play, I've got transitions in. You know, the enemy moves up and down and stuff like that. You can move the character, make it jump. You know, it's pretty cool. So that's what we're going to be looking at anyway. Keep an eye out on some of the other videos because they will help. And if anybody's got any questions, either leave them in the comments down below or contact me via email. Cheers.